Coach, now that you guys are here, have you felt you had to kind of calm some of the players down for just getting, I guess, too hyped for a game they've been waiting for so long for?
Yes, a lot of the guys are anxious, ready to play, especially when you play the playoffs and you play so well, the first 4 games, and then you get 8 days off, you're kind of eager to play. So guys are ready to go, and I'm glad it's here now.
Tom Woodard, Associated Press. Atlanta's defensive numbers are much better this year. Have you noticed a change in their scheme, or is it just a greater emphasis at that end of the floor? Probably
a greater emphasis. They did the same thing last year. I just think they're doing it better and doing it harder now.
Tyronn McMenamin, ESPN. We asked LeBron about it this morning, and he basically said last year has no bearing on this year's series, and I can understand that to some extent, but and maybe get with Tom's question or maybe get to some personnel changes for the Hawks. Did you guys use last year's series to prep for this, and does that give you any sort of knowledge of knowing what to expect?
Well, it's a different season, different year. Like you said, the personnel's a little different. They're losing Damari Carroll, and now, with Bazemore and Cephalosha, getting more minutes. But they play the same way. They're predicated on ball movement, playing hard, moving the ball, making the extra pass. So they play the same way. Like you said before, defensively they're a lot better right now.
Joe Warden, cleveland.com. Ty, obviously, I guess we'll find out here in a couple hours, but do you feel like Kevin and Kyrie that they have arrived, or are you concerned at all that they were so good because the matchups were in their favor in round 1?
They're great players. Kyrie and Kevin both are great players, and that's how we expect them to play, like they did in the first round of the series, and it's going to continue to happen for us. And when they play like that, it's hard for us to get beat.
Has Matthews, WZAK. Since you beat this team the last 7 times you played them, was there anything preached in the locker room to maybe keep the players from being too overly confident in this game so that they don't have a lull in the first game?
Well, just knowing that this is a good team, and they hit their stride, pretty well at the end of the season. They were playing well, and this team has our team's attention. We know they're a good team, and we know they're capable of scoring the basketball, and they're playing great defensively. So we're not going to overlook these guys.
Steve Ashman, or India.com. The makeup of the Atlanta team is so different from the team you just played and beat in the first round in terms of veterans. How do you expect that to come into play as the series plays out?
Well, they've been there before. So you have guys like Horford and Millsap, Teague, and Korver. Those guys have been in the playoffs and making it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So I think experience is big for those guys. And coming into the series, knowing we had a tough series last year, they're going to be ready and prepared to play.